Welcome back. LUTH workers, you must have been following the story in the course of the week. It seems that the management of the Lagos University Teaching Hospital and its resident doctors are unable to see eye to eye on several issues of welfare and patient care. This became apparent during a scuffle. Yes, you heard me right. Scuffle on the grounds between resident doctors and security agents after hospital authorities attempted to evict the doctors in training from their secretariat by locking it. I was saying that medical doctors were held in such high esteem when I was in school that you didn't imagine the word medical doctor and scuffle in the same sentence. But then, what do I know? We have Professor Chris Bode, who is the Chief Medical Director, Lagos University Teaching Hospital. Good morning, Prof.
Good morning, ma. Good morning.
You are welcome. I mean, why did you try to repossess the secretariat?
Thank you very much. Since our administration came in 2 years ago, we had to ask what were the next things to do to reposition the Lagos University Teaching Hospital as the foremost such tertiary institution in Nigeria. That hospital has been there for 54 years, maybe, and space has become a problem. We wrote to all unions, not just the Association of Resident Doctors, several months ago, intimating them with the need to expand hospital services. The hospital is now working so much that we have no bed spaces. We need to build more wards. We need to establish more wards, establish more services as people continue to use our facilities. So about 20 different relocations have happened. Will I interest you by saying that even the house allocated to me as CMD is being used now as an office within the hospital premises?
So where do you live?
I live in my own house outside the compound. So we have moved so many facilities that we are still going to move many to provide the services that you and I require in that hospital. So we adequately informed the Association of Resident Doctors that the space where they were occupying in the clinical area will need to be repossessed. We built it, we own it, lock, stock, and barrel. I should also tell you that what you didn't hear was that this association has 6 other locations that they control, many of which they actually rent out to collect rent on. They won't say that in public. Large spaces they could easily move into. We own the space. They were allocated those spaces in those days. But look, we can use the same space for 55 years and not have to reject things. Nigerians want that. So instead of just we gave them 6 months notice. After that, we gave them 7 days notice. After that, we gave them 2 days notice.
And they wouldn't move.
And they wouldn't move. Okay. Because they consider themselves as an alternate to management. So I'm still appealing to them because actually, contrary to instruction from management, they forced open that door. It took the sagacity and wisdom of the Nigerian police not to turn it into a maelstrom that day. I commend the Commissioner of Police and his men. They raised their hands, they didn't do anything. A security man was stabbed in that process. He's still in hospital. I don't think I want to say more than that because I feel ashamed for all doctors that doctors will be involved in a scuffle.
When you say,
go ahead.
When you say they consider themselves alternate to management, what do you mean?
We have just a clique. There used to be about 15 or 16. That number is reducing as they are leaving. That was implacable. And they took all decisions. They will hold a late night meeting, take a decision, and all their colleagues who had been intimidated will follow suit. For too long they had been doing that, but the number is reducing now. If you notice, in all this, what they are doing, they've been doing, they're not up to 14. Will I surprise you if I tell you that in the last 1 week they've been on television and dancing around. The hospital has been working fully. All resident doctors, all consultants, all nurses, all pharmacists, everybody. We've been working so full. Over 3,000 people have been working.
No,
so
you said only 14 formed this clique.
That's right.
About 14 of them.
That's right.
Now, how many resident doctors you have altogether?
I have 440 residents now. Almost, yeah. So that will show you
about 435 or 25 being pushed around by a clique of 14.
In fact, to be honest, and to commend those 430 something, they are no more following them. If they were, by now, that group, as they used to, will have called for a strike and people will have followed them. I must also commend the federal government because everybody now knows clearly that if you don't work, you don't get paid for it.
Now, how much dialogue have you had with these people?
I thank you for that question. We have been talking with them, but you can not clap with one hand. As late as the day before yesterday, the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, came with over 20 members and called this clique to my office, and we spoke for over 5 hours. The National Association of Resident Doctors thought everything was settled because we considered many things to them. We will help you relocate to one of your large facilities where you can conveniently do what you're doing. We will do this, everything they said they want, we said we will do this and do that. At the end of the day, by yesterday morning, for their own reasons, best known to them, they reneged. So they must have, but the bottom line is there are administrative ways of dealing with things like that. But we are still imploring them, we are still hoping that they will listen to the voice of reason and remember the very reason why they are in LUTH, which is to train. Nigerians pay for their training, they are paid salaries to train. The hospital pays for their examinations. The hospital pays for their courses when they go on courses because we know the value of having specialist doctors. But it's good not to overestimate the tolerance of Nigerians.
Okay, you say that they have other locations which they can use.
That's right.
As their office.
That's right.
Are these locations on campus as well?
They are on campus.
How come the university allocated or allotted 5 locations to them as offices, as union offices?
Let me say this, ma. A lot of things had gone wrong long ago. Or let me say, when things were easy, space was not an issue. Space is becoming an issue at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital now. We can only build up vertically. And there's a limit to which you can do that until you have uninterrupted electricity and all that, which we're going to have by August this year, hopefully. When things were easy, they had gone away with a lot of things. And then maybe some other past administrations didn't put an eye on this. But in an attempt to bring back certain assets which belong rightfully to the teaching hospital, we must necessarily start